Jamie Lee Curtis. Something strange has been happening lately. And if you felt it too, you're not alone. Her name keeps showing up. In your feed, in conversation, in those late-night rabbit holes where one clip leads to another. And the more you look, the more you realize this isn't some PR campaign or algorithm accident. There's a reason people keep coming back to her story. So let's actually talk about it. There's a quality to Jamie Lee Curtis that's genuinely hard to name. It's not just talent, though she has plenty of that. It's something more grounded, a presence that cuts through the noise of an industry built on performance and pretense. She's always felt real in a way that's surprisingly rare. And that realness? It has a history. Go back to the late 1970s. A young actress steps into a low-budget horror film called Halloween, and something unexpected happens. The movie doesn't just succeed, it becomes a cultural landmark. Her character, Laurie Strode, becomes one of the most recognized figures in cinema history. The label that followed was Scream Queen, but anyone who's actually watched those films knows that title sells her short. What she brought to that role wasn't just fear, it was fight. A quiet, stubborn resilience that felt authentic, like someone genuinely refusing to give up. Audiences felt that, and it stuck. But here's where her story gets genuinely interesting. She didn't stay comfortable. She could have. The safer move would have been to keep doing what worked, ride the horror wave for as long as it lasted. Instead, she pivoted, sharply. Trading places. A fish called Wanda. Suddenly people were watching her nail comedy with the same conviction she'd brought to terror. Range like that doesn't come from calculation. It comes from someone who refuses to be boxed in. And all of this unfolded inside an industry that has never been particularly gentle with women, who age, who change, who dare to be something other than what the moment demands. Curtis didn't flinch. She spoke openly about the pressures of physical appearance, about the unrealistic standards Hollywood imposes, about choosing honesty over the carefully curated illusions that tend to surround celebrity. No filters, no apology for it, just a straightforward refusal to pretend. That kind of transparency builds something longer lasting than any single role or headline. It builds trust. Which brings us to now. If you've seen those viral posts circulating recently, the then and now comparisons, the resurfaced interviews, the throwback clips getting millions of views, it's easy to write that off as nostalgia, doing what nostalgia does. But look closer. This isn't people mourning something that faded away. It's recognition, a reminder that she never actually left. From horror icon to Oscar-winning performer in Everything Everywhere All at Once, she kept showing up, kept evolving, kept being entirely herself. That's what people are really responding to. Not a greatest hits moment, not a comeback, just consistency. The rare sight of someone who stayed true across decades when almost everything around them changed. Jamie Lee Curtis was never just a phase in pop culture. She's an ongoing story, and somehow, that story keeps getting better. If you found this one worth your time, hit like and subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from.